Mr. Loggins.
Mayor, Council, this is something that that this body did several years ago, and it gives the TGA and the PGA some heads up, and also Fairfield Glade, that these tournaments will be held, and it lets them market it in a greater way. It says 2017 through 19 for the Senior Men's Open and the Women's Open. Now, the 2017 Senior Men's Open is already in this current budget, so you would really be extending the Senior Men's for 2 additional years, and but the Women's Open for 3 additional, 17 through 19. So they're asking for a 3-year or a 2-year commitment on the Senior Men's and a 3-year commitment on the Women's Open. And each year would be the same funding as it is currently. If some major contributors come in and come on board, then whatever they contribute would come off the city's part.
That was where I was going, and you had any luck with any major contributors for the future.
So
I know you had CMC and
yeah, we have a lot, in-kind sponsors, and they are very valuable. They do the Patreon program that's conducted through the TGA, where the public can contribute either $50 or $75, and they get around the golf at Fairfield. Fairfield helps with that, and then the TGA gives them some things, and then that money is used toward the electronic scoreboard, all the signage around the golf course, a variety of things like that. But as far as I think would agree as a major sponsor, we haven't had that.
I have a question.
Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay. For this fiscal year, we're already covered, are we not?
We are for the Senior Men's Open.
How about for the women's?
No.
We're not covered for this. We've not made a commitment for that before.
We've not made a commitment for the Women's Open. We have the Senior Men's Open for this fiscal year.
We budgeted for it, did we not?
Well, see, it's taking place. See, it takes place in July, so it'll be the next fiscal year.
My concern with this is that when we pass this, if this gets passed tonight, that we've committed the city by contract for 3 years to a golf tournament that predominantly will take the best portion of $100,000 a year for 3 years. Not all of it, but the best portion of that. Okay? So if we commit this, that's it. After the election, those people who are elected, the council persons elect, will not have anything to say about this. They cannot rescind this. I want everybody to understand that. I would think that it'd be better to wait until after the election and let those new council persons join in and vote this. Right now we have a tentative thing on golf. We've always had a tentative thing, 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3. Where's it going to go? I don't know. I don't know who's going to get elected. I don't even know what their sentiments are. But I believe that the 2 people who are going to replace Councilman Curley and I should have something to say about the next 3 years of the budget. So I'm not going to approve this. I would ask it to be tabled, but I know it won't be tabled. But I'm not going to approve this because what we do today is we're imposing on the next council the next 3 years. There's no way they can back off.
Mayor, question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is there a motion on the floor?
No, I was going to ask if there's a motion. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve.
I second that.
I have a motion and a second to approve the 3-year commitment sponsorship of Tennessee Senior Men's Open and Tennessee Women's Open. Any other discussion on this item?
I've got a question, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Billy, when does they have to know on this?
Well, they would like, the Fairfield, of course, they schedule, do their scheduling in October, so they need to know right away.
We turn this down and wait 3 months. You think TGA be looking for another location for this tournament?
Well, yeah, they would for the Women's Open.
They gotta have something called trigger pull for December, don't they?
Yeah.
I think as many years as you've worked with the TPGA on this, that I don't see why they wouldn't take a tentative approval, understanding the commitment for our whole new council.
Mayor, I'd just like to point out that the Women's State Open, you did tell everybody in the crowd there, probably hundreds of people that you can see on next year.
Yeah, I figured I
I'm
would.
pretty sure that would be in the book.
Figured I would. Yes.
Mr. Hill, do we have any potential sponsors that we're talking with at all?
Yes, we actually do, but nobody that I want to say, but yes, that we absolutely have one really good and some potential sponsors.
Any other discussion on this item?
Mr. Watkins, does the PGA and will the TGA have a drop deadline that they absolutely have to know? I know Mr. White asked you that question, but
The Tennessee PGA, see that tournament, they are the governing body of the Senior Men's Open, and that is already on the books for 2017.
okay.
Yeah.
But the TGA is the women's open.
That's right.
And
They need to know, Fairfield, and they would like to know by October, November at the latest.
has Fairfield given
The Fairfield Board of Directors have approved the dates and welcomed the event back for the 3 years.
and you're convinced that if we ask the TGA to give us to the first meeting in November, that they would probably turn us down and not give us an
Oh,
opportunity?
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the Fairfield Glade needs to know if the Tennessee Women's Open is not going to take place, they want that, they would like to know that that's available. And then the Tennessee Golf Association then can look for another venue.
I have one question here.
Yes.
If the city does not sponsor this, am I to assume that Fairfield Glade would not sponsor it also? They would not come behind and sponsor it, in your opinion?
I couldn't answer that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, you said, no, as soon as before I ask him, sorry.
Go ahead.
The Senior Men's Open's already in our budget.
That's correct.
For this,
For this upcoming, and in this fiscal year, that tournament's in May, so that will cover this fiscal year.
so that one's covered. I think with the long-standing relationship we've had, that they could, the TGA, they could probably hold off to November. Is there any other discussion or questions?
Actually, they would be holding off till December.
That's true.
So that's part of 3 months.
That's true.
I bet you Murphy Burn Franklin take either one of them in a heartbeat. They got a pretty nice golf course.
Is there any consideration to giving tentative approval contingent upon confirmation by the full council after the December meeting? Is that even worth considering?
The motion would have to be amended, or if it failed, there would be another motion.
Because I feel confident that the city would want to move forward in supporting this tournament. A lot of times it's hard for people to see the forest for the trees and the benefit of things that we do to improve our overall quality of life and different things for the city. Of course, you can never put a finger exactly on what it brings to the community, but because I work with a lot of retirees in my personal job, I know that people find us because of our reputation being the golf capital. You can ask people when they come to visit or when they decide to retire here, how did you find us? Well, I Googled you and found you, and so there are tremendous benefits. You can argue that situation both ways, but I think it would be a mistake for us to pass an opportunity to partner with the TGA again. I think we know we can wait to give the PGA, well, I don't know though if Fairfield's needing if Fairfield needs to know. But perhaps we could wait on the PGA and go ahead and vote on the PGA for the Women's Open. And of course, you can continue to seek out primary sponsors, although it's hard, you know, people in small businesses and everything can get nickeled and dimed. I mean, we've got all kinds of nonprofits that are always needing help, and it's hard to find primary sponsors for this kind of thing.
I think this needs more of a major, something other than just a local sponsor.
Right.
Something bigger,
Yeah.
something bigger than that. Do I hear an amendment on the motion? Does the motion stand as it is?
I'd like to ask Fred a question, Larry. Fred, how much are both these tournaments? Do you remember runoff?
Do what now?
How much are these 2 tournaments? Do you remember runoff?
25,000 each.
50.
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Do we amend the motion, or do we let the motion stand as presented? We have a motion and a second. The motion is to accept 3-year agreements for sponsorship of the Tennessee Senior Men's Open and the Tennessee Women's Open. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Sousa?
No.
Councilmember Wyatt?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harris?
Aye.
Councilmember Curley?
Aye.
Mayor Mayberry?
No. Next item on the agenda is